The former Dallas Fed president, Richard Fisher, he's also a CNBC contributor. It's nice to have you back. Welcome.
Thank you.
Man, the Fed's in a tough spot, aren't they?
Yeah, I think Steve summarized it well, and I think Waller is a good weather vane, as you mentioned. By the way, he's a serious economist. He's not just going to do what the president wants to, even though he's appointed by Trump. I would ignore whatever Myron says and votes for. He's obviously way out on a limb. But yeah, they're a tough spot. And I think the fog of war, the uncertainty that surrounds him, is calling for a pause. I don't think they'll raise rates. I don't think they'll cut rates.
I mean, part of the problem is as I suggested earlier, is, you know, their mandate is in tension significantly. Again, they thought they had the ability to start moving away from the great worries about inflation and only fixate on the labor market and acting as such if that started to unravel even further. And here we are back worrying about inflation again.
Yeah, and this is an awesome job. It's a difficult thing to do. They're taking it very seriously and trying to be non-political as far as it's going. So there we are. You're on the horns of a dilemma here. But clearly, there is uncertainty. And I've said 100 times with you, Scott, and others, you cannot, it's an enemy of decision making is uncertainty. They just have to wait, see, try to navigate through the fog, see what's going to happen, do their best. But right now, it's almost impossible to make a decision.
Do you think the market's over its skis on the idea, albeit small still, that there could actually be a hike next?
Yeah, I do. And it's still a 24% probability, as you mentioned, but I think they must be a little bit over their skis on it. They're just worried. Market participants are quite worried. And I think the Fed needs to be a steady hand here. And the best way to do it is to express your take on the situation, your understanding that it is uncertain, and just to be true to the values of the Fed, and that is to be a steady hand. Let the markets be volatile. You're a steady hand.
What if I came back at you and I said, okay, I hear you on all that. It makes perfect sense, but I'll raise you, so to speak, productivity, which could allow the Fed to run things hot and at the same time give them the ability to cut rates because of this surge in productivity, which we already know is here and is only going to get greater. Does that not make sense?
Yeah, I think, well, first of all, productivity is an offset to cost increases. Tariffs are a cost increase. The price of oil, of fertilizer, urea, inputs are a cost increase. And I'm glad we have this productivity surge, otherwise we'd have a greater risk of inflation. But I think it's a bit of an offset here. And you make a good point, but it's not enough of an offset to the pressures that are now leading to higher inflationary outcomes.
Lastly and quickly, and I do got to go, Powell says he's not going anywhere until this investigation's over. It's going to be really interesting. I mean, it has implications for Kevin Warsh and the whole thing. Can you tell me quickly how you see that, given this new development from the Fed chair? Pretty definitive. I'm not going anywhere as long as this investigation's open.
Well, he has to protect the integrity of the institution and its independence. And as I said elsewhere, the problem with what Ms. Pirro has done is she's opened a can of worms, and you should never do that unless you plan to go fishing with those worms. And right now she's just delaying what's happening to Kevin Warsh, which is unfortunate. I think Tillis will work the committee, start the hearings earlier than one would have expected. He'll be ready to go, but this thing has to be resolved. And even Tillis agrees with that, and other members do too. He said they have at least 8 Republicans that support him on this. Unless this is resolved, it's finished. And as Powell said, it's totally transparent. He's going to be here for a while, and he will also be the head of the FOMC. Remember, the Federal Reserve Chairman is not necessarily the head of the FOMC, which does the interest rate decisions. That's elected by the members of the FOMC, and he could stay on as long as he wishes in that position, in my opinion.
Sure.